love, and light. Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to Mahogany Speaks Truth. This video, I have to jump right into this video. This has been in my spirit for some days now, and I've just been such a busy bee. But I said this morning, on this beautiful continent of ours, on this beautiful day that the Creator has allowed us to witness yet again, I said I have to bring this message forth. This message is to my sister Art Cathey and Renee Marcus. So apparently, as we all know, there has been some animosity between the pair of you. Some were offended by the words that you spoke, sis Art Cathey. And in turn, sis Renee Marcus initiated a petition to have you deported. So I want to start with you, sis Art Cathey. I want to start by saying, because I'm all about truth, okay? And so I want to say that a lot of what you have to say is truth, is truthful, as it relates to the minds of our brothers and sisters here on the continent. We both, us throughout the diaspora, and then those of our brothers and sisters who were left here on the continent, yes, we were both colonized, but we experienced different things as it relates to how we were colonized. And that's very important. Some things have been afforded to us being colonized in the West. And yes, it has come with a heavy price. So, we're still being mistreated. We're still being murdered. We're still being disenfranchised. We're still being terrorized and abused. Even with the ability to, obtain gainful employment, we're still the last hired and the first fired. And so, but I say that to say that we have been able to still make a pretty good life for ourselves as it relates to the money aspect. And no, we are not, a lot of us, I'll say, we're not rich, in that sense. We don't have a lot of money, because our brothers and sisters tend to think that we do. But compared to them, we do. But that is no reason for our brothers and sisters to try to extort money from us or to charge us a higher price for anything that we are trying to purchase than they would a sister or brother that was born in the land or born in a particular part of this land of Archebulon. So you were right in that sense, that the minds of the people are filled with, they have an impoverished mindset. And so when your mind, when you're of an impoverished mindset, you are going to be willing to try to deceive your brother or sister, or charge them a higher price, because when you look at them, you see money. You do not see your brother and your sister. They do not see us as brothers and sisters. They see us as an opportunity for them to get money. They see us as money. That's a major problem. So that has to stop. We are your brothers. We are your sisters. You need to treat us fairly. We are coming to the continent not to take from you, but we're coming to the continent to give to you and to live amongst you like sisters and brothers and in unity. We're here to lift you up, not pull you down. And so, sis Art Cathey, when you made other comments as it relates to the way that the brothers and sisters eat on the continent, and I can't say verbatim, but you said something about sauce packets or something with bread or whatever. You were speaking about how bad they eat. And so in that sense, that's where you went left and you went off track. And though you may have witnessed this, I didn't understand what your point of bringing it up was. Because it came across as you trying to demean them. And I'm sure that the brothers and sisters that you witnessed, or sisters that you witnessed eating in that fashion, have a desire to eat things that are better for them, but they may not be able to afford those things. They may have no clue about how the things that you witness them eating affects their health. And so I just saw that as an opportunity that you missed to educate our sisters and brothers as it relates to their diet. And instead, you chose to demean them and offend them, speak about them in a derogatory fashion, when that is something that they probably cannot help because of poverty, and or something that they just may be unaware of because of ignorance. It was an opportunity for you not to exalt yourself above them because you are in seemingly great health, physical health and shape, and that you may be educated on the things to eat and not to eat and the things that are more beneficial to our temple. And they may not be. And you chose to exalt yourself over them and put yourself up on this, physically healthy and fit and knowledgeable pedestal, as opposed to educate them, sister. That was ego. That was all ego right there. And ego gets us in trouble every time. Part of spiritual ascension is mastering the ego, because that is not who you are. So we must always remember that we are spirit first, and we must operate in spirit first always, sisters and brothers. So you were wrong for that. But yeah, the penny pinching, the deceit, the lying, and all, we've all experienced that, coming from the diaspora, and all of us that have repatriated and that have come back home. We've all experienced that. So that is truth. I have personally experienced it, and many others. And even those who were born on the continent, who have also come back, they also experienced it, and they have spoken about it. This impoverished mindset has got to end. It is killing us. It is dividing us further It is counterproductive to our attempt to reunify ourselves, to liberate ourselves, to reestablish our nation, and to build up our continent. And we cannot build trust if you are trying to get over on me. If you don't see me as yourself, when you are pricing things, whether it be the price of renting a home or purchasing land or any goods that we may need, we are coming to you to build a relationship. And so when you deceive us and try to get over on us and do not give us a fair price, you prohibit us from being able to build a relationship with you because you have broken our trust or have missed the opportunity to build our trust or gain our trust. So you missed an opportunity, sister, and we have to remember that when you're talking about your sisters and brothers that way on the continent, you are also talking about yourself. You're talking about yourself. And we have to understand that and put that in our spirits. So it's okay to speak truth. And it hurts to those that love lies. The truth hurts to those that love lies. So it's okay to speak your truth and your experiences, but you must be very careful not to veer off into the ego and start to demean them, your brothers and sisters, and speak about them in a derogatory fashion. And you were wrong for that. And you should make amends for that. We can tell the truth without being vulgar and demeaning. So now I move over to the sister, Renee Marcus. You upped the ante, sister. You upped the ante. In the worst way. I know you don't understand what you did when you initiated the petition to deport sis Cathey, or Cathey. I need to explain to you, sis Renee Marcus, and the other sisters and brothers that are on the continent that have had the privilege of being born and reared in the land, wherever you may be, whether it be Gambia. Yeah, we gotta get rid of that too. Okay? Wherever you are in the land, from the north, the south, the east, the west, you have to hear this so that you don't make this mistake. I know that you all see that there are thousands of brothers and sisters repatriating back to the land. Just within the last couple of years, and this year it has heightened. There's just been a lot more coming and a lot more frequently. That, brothers and sisters, is not by happenstance. That is by prophecy. This exodus from the West and the Americas The exodus of the diaspora coming back to the motherland is not by happenstance. It is prophecy. And you need to know that. So, sis Renee Marcus, when you decided to initiate a petition to have the sister Cathey deported, you acted in the same vein as our ancestors before and the colonizers who carried our people away, and those of our people who helped carry them away. You have acted in their vein. You've acted and you've played their role. You've stepped into their shoes. So you, my sister, you are going against prophecy. This is prophecy that we're coming back to the land. And you have no right or authority to go against prophecy and to have or initiate a petition to have this sister deported. I don't care what she said. There have been worse things said. There have been worse things said, in particularly by the other nations, and no petition has been ever initiated against them. We have got to wake up. We are our own worst enemies. We are our own worst enemies before we point the finger. There's so many issues happening on our continent because of other nations coming in particularly if you want to talk about the area that is now called the Gambia. Yes, there is pedophilia going on there. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's going on there. And the universe is very much so aware of it. And just because you turn a blind eye to it, and I'm not speaking to directly to Renee Marcus or anyone in particular, I'm speaking to all who inhabit the land. Whether you want to recognize it or not, it stands. It is going on. And you all have sat by mute. Not one petition. But you don't like some things that your sister is saying, and your knee-jerk reaction is, get her out of here. As if you have the authority, Sis Renee Marcus, and all of those who have signed the petition. You too are going against prophecy. You better stop trying to be on everybody's bandwagon or the bandwagon of those who are currently popular. You better start going within. You are responsible for your own actions and you create your own reality. So all of you all who said, oh yes, let's sign the petition. Yes, because Sis Renee Marcus said that we should sign. We shouldn't take that crap. All of you all, followers of popularity, followers of the in crowd, wanting to be accepted. You better go within yourself when you're signing petitions to have your sister deported. You should have went within yourself and said, self, is this the right thing to do? Is this really necessary? So, Sis Renee Marcus, you upped the ante. You took it way overboard. Yes, some of the things that Sis Cathey said was very disrespectful. It was very demeaning. It was very hurtful, and it was out of order. But it did not warrant you to start a petition to have her removed from the land yet again. You need to understand that this is an ancestor coming back to the land. So you are bringing in that energy again from the past of those of our people, of the ancestors who joined in with the colonizer to take us away and remove us from the womb of our mother. Those of you all who agree with Sis Renee Marcus, you need to understand the spiritual implications of what you all have signed. Because there are spiritual implications, because this is prophecy. Got to be very careful. You're wrong. We have a birthright. And to all of the brothers and sisters who I have seen typing, yeah, we do have a birthright, but, we have to also understand and accept that we're visitors because they've been there. That's a whole bunch of baloney. You speak for yourself. Do not speak for the nation. We are not visitors. We are not. How can you have a birthright and then be a visitor? It doesn't even make sense. A birthright is a birthright. When you treat us like foreigners and call us visitors, those of us that have the equal birthright, the same one that you all have, that's like a child who was kidnapped. And then when that child returns, the parents have had other children. And those other children are saying to that child that was kidnapped, you're a visitor. You're a visitor. We've been here. You're a visitor because you were taken away and we've been here. So, we have more rights than you have. Those are his or her parents too, the one that was kidnapped. That's not his or her fault that someone forcefully removed them from the home of their parents. What that is adding insult to injury. We're already hurting. We're already bleeding. You're supposed to help mend our wounds by welcoming us with open arms. And truth be told, nobody should have to purchase land. But since we do currently, treat us fairly. Give it to us at a fair price. So that's like you telling a child that was kidnapped from his or her parents that, hey, since you were taken away, you don't have the same rights that we have here. You're not holy. You don't have the equal rights that we have. And you're not fully accepted now because you were taken away. So you're not really our complete sibling. We don't look at you that way now. You're a visitor now because you were taken away. It's the same thing. You're wrong, Sis Renee Marcus. You are wrong. And you have to mend. And you have to fix your mistake. You need to recall that petition. And you owe not only Sis or Cathey an apology, but the nation, the Black nation, an apology. Sis Art Cathey, you also owe your sisters and brothers in the land in which you inhabit now and the entire Black nation an apology because you both are acting out of character. This is not the spirit of our ancestors, those who had the knowledge of enlightenment, those who had the wisdom, those who acted in divine unity and consciousness. That is not the spirit that they moved in. You both are out of order. If you didn't come here to aid in the reunification of the Black nation, why are you here? You are just a distraction. This is to everyone, not just Sis Art Cathey and Sis Renee Marcus. This is to everyone. If we are kings and we are queens, then it's time for us to act like it. And we are not acting like it. We're sitting up here airing our dirty laundry for the whole world to see. This is what they're used to, us turning against each other while they sit back and they laugh at us. We have got to do better. It is shameful to the Creator. It is shameful to our ancestors. It is shameful to the Black nation the way that you all are behaving. Sorry, the video cut off, you guys. But it, like I was saying, it is shameful. It is shameful to our Creator. It is shameful to our ancestors. And it is shameful to the entire Black nation. You are not representing us well. And we don't appreciate it. We came here to reunify, to rebuild, to reestablish. We didn't come here to divide, to separate, to demean, to disrespect, to dishonor one another. That is not our purpose here. We have got to do better. We have to watch what we say. You know, Sis Art Cathey, there are a lot of other things that you have said, not just about the way that they eat, our sisters and brothers eat, but also just about Black women in general and coming over without a king. Good for you, sis, that you have your king, and we're happy for you. But that does not give you any right or authority to disrespect us because our king has not yet arrived. We're waiting patiently. That's ego too. It's a lot of ego boosting going on here, and that has got to stop. You can't say that you're spiritual and you're operating in your ego. It's oil and vinegar. Operate from your spirit. Respect your sisters and brothers. Build with them. Those are the ones that you can build with. Those that don't want to build with you, there's nothing you can do. Keep it pushing and keep it moving. Maybe they'll come around later. But this fighting between one another, people initiating petitions to have a fellow sister and brother removed. It is embarrassing. It is out of order. And this is a warning because there are spiritual implications. There are spiritual implications to this disgusting behavior on both sides. And you all need to it's time for you to put your differences aside. It is time for you to lay down your ego. It is time for you to hearken to your spirit. Your spirit will always lead you in the right direction. It will always lead you to truth. It's time for this petty bullcrap to be resolved. It is time. I expect both of you queens, both of you sisters, to fix this and continue to do your part in rebuilding the content, in rebuilding our nation and our continent. All right. Peace, love, and light.